So for us, the first knowledge that we knew that there may well be a problem was daycare. We had an early childhood teacher in kindy who had recommended that perhaps we needed to look at Callum's social skills.
Every family's so different, every child's so different, everyone's journey's so different, and everyone's at a different stage of that journey. So I think just having that good relationship with your early learning service and the educators there is vital to the success of everything.
100%.
It is so obvious for those people in childcare centres, the children that you see who have social challenges and who doesn't. So that sense of identifying and developing an early intervention, childcare centres are crucial.
Openness and flexibility. I think what we'd really be looking for is a childcare teacher. Centre director really will determine the culture of a centre, so you want to make sure that that's a good fit. But we will often think about it as, what does this individual child need? Because there'll be real variability in what each child needs when they're going to daycare. So I think the first thing to think about is, what does my child really need?
We've found that childcare were really supportive of our son, and there were really no issues in childcare. Yes, they identified he had some social interaction problems, but we had no challenges in childcare. They managed his behaviour, his anxiety, his aggression, his frustration really well, and they would communicate with us every day. This went well, this went not so well, and at this stage we weren't diagnosed, so we did not realise there was a problem.
For any family, I think there are two things that I think are vital. I think it's the communication, so it's that regular, honest, open communication without the fear of judgment. And I think the other thing is to advocate for your child in every way possible.
In my mind, I think childcare centres, early education teachers play a pivotal role in helping manage a child's behaviour, identify it for diagnosis, but also perhaps helping parents to understand a good way to manage that behaviour, because they're dealing with multiple children, very different children with different strengths every day, and they've tried different techniques. And so we were provided with some really good advice in childcare. Why don't you try this?
So there are different types of daycares. Some will be really structured and that will suit some kids. Some will be less structured and that might work well for the kinds of things that you want to work on in daycare. But generally speaking, it would be openness to consultation. So specialists in autism coming into the room, observing what's happening, meeting with the teachers on a regular basis, perhaps fortnightly to start with, and then fading that over time. But that's really, really what you're looking for, is people who are going to be part of the process with you, be really engaged and be open to the professionals that you might want to bring in.
I believe wholeheartedly in the value of early intervention. So we start the conversation very delicately, calling a meeting with the family. We're noticing some behaviours that are concerning. Are you seeing anything at home? What I've had to learn is to tread very lightly but not to give up, I guess. And there has been examples, over many years where I've seen families that just do not want to accept it all, so much so that we don't want to be at the service and they move on. It's heartbreaking for everyone involved. We see a responsibility to our families, the children, of course, and our educators who are seeing this behaviour. And we're knowledgeable because we see so many children every day.
So daycare can be of benefit for a couple of reasons. If it's at the right time for a child, I think we're often talking with families about what is the right time, what is ready for daycare. I think it's a different conversation if you have to go to daycare. I think if you have to go to daycare, then it's about working with the daycare provider, with the teachers in the room, having somebody who specialises in autism come to daycare on a really regular basis to help them understand your child, to help them goal set. That would be really essential, I think, if you have a child with autism in daycare at the moment or need to go there soon. If daycare is an option, sometimes families are looking at daycare for the social benefit of that, and that really is about a timing thing in terms of when is a child really going to benefit from being around typical peers a lot, and what is the purpose of going there, I think is always the question.
My advice to parents who receive a couple of comments or maybe have you thought about diagnosis would be to be receptive, these ladies, and I say ladies because the majority are ladies, their heart is in the right place. They are absolutely trying to do the best for your child, and they are providing these questions and challenges with good intent, not to make you feel uncomfortable, but to ensure that your child, that child, is developed to the best of their ability and supported, and early intervention programs can be found and implemented much sooner to get a better result.